You did not wake up last night by accident. If you found yourself staring at the ceiling, or perhaps feeling a sudden, inexplicable surge of alertness right as the clock struck midnight, you need to understand that this was not insomnia. This was not a disruption of your sleep cycle due to stress or what you ate for dinner. What occurred at the precise moment the calendar shifted to February 12th was a massive, energetic recalibration, and your physical body is the vessel currently processing this high-frequency download. You might have felt a vibration in your chest, a high-pitched tone in your left ear, or simply a feeling of deep, profound silence that seemed louder than noise itself. This is because the gateway that just opened is unlike any other we have seen this year. It is a specific coordinate in time that acts as a circuit breaker for the old reality you have been desperately trying to outgrow. The atmosphere around you has changed. You can feel it. It is thicker, yet somehow clearer. This is the hallmark of the February 12th portal. It is not a subtle entrance. It is a demand from the universe that you step up. For weeks, you have felt a growing tension, a sensation of being stretched thin, pulled between who you used to be and who you are becoming. That tension reached its breaking point at midnight. The exhaustion you feel today is not typical fatigue. It is the aftershock of a spiritual surgery that took place while the rest of the world was sleeping. Your soul requested this upgrade, and now your biology is catching up. The confusion you might be feeling, that brain fog where you cannot seem to focus on mundane tasks, is actually a protective mechanism. Your consciousness is currently rebooting. What I am about to reveal regarding this specific date will make sense of the emotional roller coaster you have been riding for the last 48 hours. The energy of the 12th is a master number frequency hidden in plain sight. It represents the completion of a cycle of learning and the immediate initiation of a cycle of mastery. You are no longer in the classroom. You are being asked to apply what you know in the field. This is why things feel so intense right now. The safety net has been removed because you no longer need it, even if you feel terrified. The universe does not remove support without replacing it with power, and that is exactly what shifted at midnight. A dormant power source within your DNA was activated. Before we continue this message, I need you to anchor this energy right now. It is vital that you declare your readiness to receive. Go to the comments section and write this mantra. I am open to the miracles seeking me. This simple act signals to the universe that you are awake and listening. Now, continuing with the message, let's talk about the heaviness. Many of you woke up feeling a weight on your chest or a deep sadness that has no logical origin. You look at your life and perhaps things are fine, yet you feel a grief that hits you in waves. This is not your grief. This is the collective shedding that happens when a portal of this magnitude opens. You are an empathic receiver, and at midnight, the floodgates opened. You are feeling the separation from your old timeline. It is similar to the feeling of leaving a childhood home. You know you cannot stay. You know you have outgrown it. But the nostalgia and the fear of the unknown are palpable. This shift requires you to leave behind versions of yourself that were addicted to struggle. The struggle has become a comfort zone for so many. You have identified with your battles for so long that peace feels foreign, almost suspicious. When the energy shifted last night, it introduced a frequency of pure ease, and your system panicked. It is fighting to hold on to the chaos, because chaos is familiar. This is why you might be feeling irritable or anxious without cause. Your ego is losing its grip. It is trying to claw back control by creating scenarios of worry in your mind, telling you that something is wrong, that you forgot something, that danger is lurking. Do not listen to it. These are the phantom pains of a dissolving identity. Consider the coincidences that have happened in the last few days. The numbers you see on license plates, the songs that play when you enter a store, The people who suddenly cross your mind out of nowhere. These are not random. They are breadcrumbs leading you to this very moment, reading this very text. The synchronicities are accelerating because the veil between your thoughts and your reality is thinning. At midnight, that veil became almost transparent. This means that what you fear and what you love are both materializing at rapid speeds. The buffer time is gone. This is why it is critical, absolutely critical, that you monitor your internal dialogue today. You are in a rapid creation zone. The energy of February 12th is also deeply connected to truth. Not the polite truth we tell to keep the peace, but the raw, unvarnished truth of your soul. You may find that today, you have zero tolerance for superficial interactions. You might feel a sudden urge to distance yourself from certain friends or even family members. This is not you being cold. This is your vibration rising so fast that it can no longer harmonize with inauthenticity. The midnight shift acted as a filter. Anyone or anything that is not aligned with your highest trajectory will suddenly feel abrasive to you. It will feel like wearing a shirt made of steel wool. You just cannot do it anymore. This intolerance is a gift. It is protecting you from leaking your energy into voids that will never fill up. You have spent years pouring into others, trying to fix, save, and heal people who were not ready to change. The portal that opened last night put a hard stop to that behavior. You literally do not have the battery power for it anymore because all your energy is being redirected toward building your new foundation. You are under construction. And just like any construction site, it looks messy right now. There is debris everywhere, old habits, old relationships, old thought patterns, all being demolished to make way for the skyscraper that is your destiny. But here is the aspect that most people miss, and it is the reason why you feel so disoriented. The shift at midnight didn't just affect your present, it rippled backward. It is healing trauma from your past that you thought you had already dealt with. That is why memories you haven't touched in 10 years are popping up today. You aren't regressing. You are clearing the final residue. The light entering your system is so bright it is illuminating the darkest corners of your subconscious, forcing the dust to rise so it can be swept away for good. There is a specific reason why this is happening to you right now, in this specific month. You are being prepared for a role you haven't even fully seen yet. The universe does not put you through this intensity for nothing. There is a mission attached to your name. The midnight shift was your call to duty. It was the sound of the trumpet. You might feel small, you might feel tired, and you might feel unprepared. But the selection has already been made. However, you must be warned. As this light increases, the shadows will try one last desperate attempt to distract you. You might experience a sudden technical glitch, a random bill, or a conflict that seems to arise from thin air in the next few hours. This is a test. It is a distraction designed to lower your frequency just as you are locking into this new level. What comes next is even more crucial. There is a secondary wave of energy that follows the midnight opening, one that usually hits about 12 hours later. And if you are not prepared for it, it can knock you off balance completely. It involves a specific connection to your heart center that most people ignore until it is too late. What I am about to tell you in the next section will explain why your heart has been fluttering or aching, and how to use that sensation to unlock a door that has been sealed shut for decades. As this energy sweeps across the globe, it anchors differently in every location. Please tell me in the comments which city you are watching from right now so we can map where this massive wave of light is touching down. The phenomenon occurring in your heart center right now is perhaps the most confusing aspect of this entire shift. You might be experiencing heart palpitations, a sudden fluttering sensation, or even a feeling of heat radiating from the center of your chest. Medical professionals might call this anxiety, and if you are concerned, you should always check with them. But from a metaphysical perspective, what is happening is a shattering of the heart wall. For years, you have built a fortress around your emotions. You had to. Life taught you that being open was dangerous, that vulnerability led to pain, and that guarding your heart was the only way to survive. But the energy of February 12th is a frequency of radical openness. It is literally dismantling the bricks you laid down to protect yourself. This is why you feel so raw. The armor is falling off, and the fresh air is hitting skin that hasn't seen the light in decades. This process can feel terrifying. It feels like you are walking into a battlefield without a shield. But the angels want you to know that the shield was actually weighing you down. It was blocking the pain, yes, but it was also blocking the miracles. You cannot selectively numb your feelings. When you block the hurt, you block the joy. The midnight recalibration was designed to blow that wall apart so that you can actually receive what is coming next. You have been asking for a new love, a new career, a new life. But your energetic mailbox was nailed shut. Now it is wide open. The fluttering you feel is not fear, it is the physical sensation of your capacity to receive expanding rapidly. It is the excitement of your soul recognizing that the drought is over. Now, before we continue this message, I need you to claim this specific frequency. Write in the comments 12.12 to claim the portal's energy and lock this new timeline into your reality. If this message is providing you with clarity and you feel a shift occurring as you listen, consider supporting this channel with a super thanks. Your contribution is a beautiful energy exchange that helps us continue to bring these timely transmissions to the world. It is never required, but always deeply appreciated as a token of gratitude for the work we do together. Let's go deeper into this timeline jump. You may have noticed that your perception of time itself has become distorted. 1 hour feels like a minute, and a minute feels like an hour. You might look at the clock and be shocked that it is already afternoon, or feel like the morning dragged on for days. This elasticity of time is a primary symptom that you are shifting between dimensions. You are literally hopping between parallel realities. In the old reality, time was linear and rigid. In the new frequency you entered on February 12th, time is fluid. You are learning to bend time with your intention. This is why you might feel distinct periods of dizziness or vertigo, especially when you stand up quickly or move your head. Your inner ear is trying to balance, but your energetic body is oscillating between two different frequencies. This oscillation explains the sudden exhaustion, followed by bursts of manic energy. You are acclimating to a new gravity. Think of astronauts returning to Earth. They need time to readjust. You are essentially an astronaut of the spirit, landing on a new version of Earth. The things that used to matter to you, petty arguments, celebrity gossip, the need to be right, suddenly feel incredibly heavy and boring. You just cannot engage with them. You might find yourself staring blankly at people who are gossiping, unable to muster a response. This is because you have unplugged from the matrix of drama. You are vibrating too high to catch those low signals anymore. It is like trying to listen to AM radio when you have switched to high-definition streaming. The static just doesn't register. There is also a profound cleaning house happening in your sleep state. The dreams you are having right now, vivid, intense, sometimes recurring, are not just dreams. They are exit processing. You are working overtime while your body sleeps to reconcile karmic debts and close out contracts with souls you no longer need to interact with. You might dream of old ex-partners, childhood homes, or deceased relatives. Do not analyze these too strictly. View them as a file dump. Your brain is clearing the cache. If you wake up sweating or with a racing heart, it is because you just did massive work in the astral realms. Drink water immediately. Water is the conduit that helps these energies flow out of your physical system. We must also address the feeling of invisibility. You may go to the grocery store or walk down the street and feel like people don't even see you. You might say something and have to repeat it 3 times before anyone hears you. This is not your imagination. When you shift frequencies this drastically, you sometimes phase out of the visible spectrum of those who are still deeply asleep in the old matrix. You are ghosting the old world. It is a temporary phase, but it serves a purpose. It gives you the solitude you need to integrate. It is a cocoon phase. Do not try to force people to see you or validate you right now. Their validation is currency from a country you no longer live in. It holds no value where you are going. This sense of detachment extends to your material possessions as well. You might look at your closet, your furniture, or your car and feel like they belong to a stranger. Who bought this? You might ask yourself. Why do I own this? This is because the vibration of those objects matches the person you were yesterday, not the person you became at midnight. You will likely feel a strong urge to purge, to throw things away, to clean deep corners of your house. Follow that urge. Your external environment is trying to catch up with your internal frequency. Every item you release frees up trapped energy for the new blessings to enter. However, there is a trap here you must avoid. The ego will try to use this detachment to make you feel depressed or apathetic. It will whisper that nothing matters, that you are losing your passion. That is a lie. You are not losing passion, you are trading obsession for peace. There is a massive difference. Obsession is loud, frantic, and draining. Peace is quiet, potent, and self-sustaining. You are learning to operate from a fuel source that doesn't burn you out. As we move forward, there is a specific aspect of this energy that is targeting your throat chakra. This is the area of your body responsible for speaking your truth and asserting your boundaries. Have you noticed a tickle in your throat? A cough that won't go away, or a sudden change in the pitch of your voice? This is not a coincidence. The universe is tuning your instrument because you are about to be asked to speak up in a way you never have before. What is coming requires your voice to be clear, steady, and unshakable. But that's not all. There is a mysterious connection between this throat activation and a sudden change in your financial intuition. The way you view money is being rewired at this very second. The scarcity mindset is being attacked by this new light, and for some, this conflict is creating a temporary panic about resources. This panic is simply a symptom of not knowing the rules of the game. For centuries, certain codes of abundance have been kept hidden from the masses, but now it is time for you to access them. I have left a specific resource for you in the first pinned comment below. By clicking that link, you'll learn how the elites use secret knowledge about the universe and how to manifest money easily, just like the elite do. Do not let this knowledge bypass you. It is part of your awakening. The rewiring of your financial intuition is perhaps the most tangible shift you will experience in the coming days. For most of your life, you have likely viewed money through a lens of lack, struggle, or earning worthiness. The 12th of February portal dismantled that old programming. You might feel a sudden, jarring disconnect from your usual worries about bills or debt. It is not that the bills have vanished, but the panic associated with them has been unplugged. This is because your frequency has risen above the vibration of scarcity. Scarcity operates on a very low, dense frequency, fear. When you ascended through this portal, you moved into a frequency of trust. You are beginning to understand on a cellular level that you are supported by a boundless supply that has nothing to do with your job title or your bank balance. This shift can be disorienting. You might catch yourself thinking about a large purchase or a bold investment and feel a strange sense of calm instead of the usual anxiety. Your logical mind will scream, "Are you crazy? We can't afford that." But your soul is quietly nodding, knowing that the resources are already en route. This is the new financial intuition kicking in. It is not reckless, it is knowing. It is the difference between hoping for rain and knowing a storm is coming. You are starting to smell the rain before the clouds even gather. Pay attention to these nudges. If you get a sudden idea to start a side hustle, buy a specific stock, or even give money to a stranger, do it. These are not random thoughts. They are direct downloads from your higher self, guiding you toward the streams of abundance that have just opened up. Before we continue this message, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, take a moment to hit that subscribe button. It truly helps us continue creating meaningful content for you. Now let's get back to the message. The throat chakra activation mentioned earlier plays a crucial role here. Money is energy, and energy responds to command. Your voice is the command center. In the past, you may have unknowingly used your voice to repel wealth. Phrases like, "I'm broke," "that's too expensive," or "I'll never get ahead" were spells you were casting on your own life. With this new throat activation, you will find it physically difficult to say those things. The words will catch in your throat. You might even feel a slight choke or cough if you try to complain about your finances. This is your body rejecting the old code. The universe is forcing you to align your speech with your new reality. You must start speaking the language of abundance, not as a fake affirmation, but as a statement of fact. This brings us to a sensitive topic: your circle of influence. As your financial frequency shifts, you may find that conversations with friends or family about money become unbearable. If they are stuck in the "ain't it awful" loop, complaining about the economy, prices, or their jobs, you will feel a physical repulsion. It might manifest as a headache or a sudden drop in energy. You are not judging them, you are simply allergic to the poison of poverty consciousness. You have just been inoculated against it, and being around the virus now triggers a strong immune response. You may need to politely excuse yourself from these conversations or change the subject. Protect your new mindset fiercely. It is a fragile seedling right now, and it needs a greenhouse, not a storm. Let's address the physical symptoms related to this abundance shift. You might be experiencing lower back pain or stiffness in your hips. In energy medicine, the lower back and hips are connected to feelings of financial support and survival. As this area clears out old fears of not having enough, the physical body releases tension that has been held there for years. You might feel sudden spasms or heat in your lumbar region. This is the release of the poverty posture, the subconscious hunching or bracing against the blows of life. You are learning to stand tall, to walk with the stride of someone who owns their reality. Stretch, move, and allow this energy to flow out. You are literally reposturing yourself to carry more weight, the weight of gold, not the weight of burden. There is also a component of divine timing that has been reset. You have likely spent years pushing, forcing, and trying to make things happen on your schedule. That engine has been shut off. The February 12th portal introduced the rhythm of synchronicity. You will notice that when you try to force a door open now, it will slam in your face harder than ever. But when you step back and wait for the nudge, the door glides open effortlessly. This is a hard lesson for the doers and the fixers. You are being taught the art of allowing. It feels passive to the ego, but it is the most active state of magnetic attraction there is. You are becoming a magnet, not a hunter. A magnet does not run after the metal. It sits still and draws the metal to it. Be aware of tests that may appear in the form of old financial triggers. You might receive a surprise bill or have an unexpected expense pop up immediately after feeling this sense of abundance. Do not panic. This is the universe asking, "Are you sure?" It is a check-in to see if you will revert to your old panic reaction or if you will stand your ground in trust. If you panic, you reset the cycle. If you pay the bill with gratitude, knowing more is coming, you pass the test and unlock the next level. It is a game of energetic chicken. Do not blink. We must also talk about the element of worthiness. Deep down, many of you have blocked abundance because you didn't feel you deserved it. You felt that money was for other people, lucky people, greedy people, or people who worked harder than you. That lie has been dissolved. The energy of the 12th revealed the truth. Abundance is your birthright. It is as natural as breathing. You do not have to earn the air you breathe, and you do not have to suffer to earn abundance. You are worthy simply because you exist. This realization can bring tears. Allow them to flow. Those tears are washing away the guilt of wanting more. It is okay to want a beautiful life. It is okay to be comfortable. It is safe to be wealthy. But there is a twist. As you accept this worthiness, you will feel a sudden urge to give. Generosity is the hallmark of true abundance. You might feel compelled to tip a waiter 100% or to buy coffee for the person behind you. Follow these impulses. They are the training wheels for your new flow. When you give without fear of running out, you signal to the universe that you are a conduit, a pipe through which energy flows. And a pipe that carries water always stays wet. You will never be dry as long as you keep the flow moving. This leads us to a fascinating development regarding your third eye. As your survival fears, money, settle down, energy is freed up to move to the upper chakras. You might start seeing flashes of light, colors, or movement in your peripheral vision. This is your intuition upgrading to high-definition video. You are beginning to see the energy behind the words people speak. You will know instantly if someone is lying or if a deal is bad, even if it looks good on paper. This new sight is your greatest asset in this new economy. However, there is a shadow side to this opening that you must be prepared for. When your third eye opens this wide, you also see the things you have been hiding from yourself. The mirror becomes incredibly clear. In the next section, we need to discuss the shadow work that this portal is demanding, specifically regarding a relationship dynamic you thought was resolved. The relationship dynamic surfacing right now is not necessarily about a romantic partner, though it often manifests there first. It is about the relationship you have with your own shadow, the parts of yourself you have rejected, shamed, or hidden away in the basement of your psyche. The February 12th portal acted like a floodlight turned on in a dark room. Suddenly, everything is visible. You might be feeling a resurgence of old jealousies, insecurities, or flashes of anger that seem disproportionate to the situation at hand. For example, a friend might cancel lunch, and instead of just being annoyed, you feel a deep, guttural sense of abandonment. That is not about lunch. That is the wounded inner child, screaming from the basement, finally illuminated by the light. This is the shadow work phase of the shift, and it is unavoidable. You cannot ascend to a higher frequency while dragging a bag of rocks behind you. The universe is forcing you to stop and unpack the bag. This is why you might feel emotionally volatile right now. You are detoxing emotional poison. It is ugly, it is messy, and it is necessary. If you find yourself snapping at a loved one or crying in your car over something trivial, pause. Do not judge yourself. Instead, ask the emotion, where did you come from? You will be surprised by the answer. It is almost never about the present moment. It is an echo from the past that is finally being released. This heightened visibility of your shadow extends to how you view others. The rose-colored glasses have been smashed. You are seeing people exactly as they are, not as you hope them to be. This can be painful. You might realize that a close friend is actually quite manipulative, or that a family member thrives on your failures. This clarity is jarring. It feels like a betrayal, but it is actually a liberation. You have been feeding energy into vampires because you couldn't see their fangs. Now you can. The portal has given you 20/20 spiritual vision. The question is, do you have the courage to believe what you are seeing? This brings us to the concept of energetic hygiene. Just as you wouldn't walk through a sewer and not shower, you cannot walk through this intense transitional period without cleansing your energy field. You are more porous right now. You absorb the moods and vibes of others like a sponge. If you go to a crowded mall or a chaotic workplace, you might come home feeling physically ill or completely drained. This is energy poisoning. You must take your spiritual showers. Salt baths, smudging, spending time in nature, or simply visualizing a waterfall of white light washing over you. These are not optional woo-woo practices anymore. They are survival tactics. If you don't cleanse, you will clog up, and the new upgrades cannot download into a clogged system. You may also notice a change in your physical appetite. Your body knows what it needs to process this shift. Some days you might be ravenous, needing heavy, grounding foods like protein and root vegetables. Other days, the thought of solid food might repel you, and you only want fruit or water. Listen to this. Your body is trying to modulate its density. When the energy is high, you need lighter fuel. When the integration is deep and heavy, you need grounding fuel. Stop counting calories for a moment and start listening to cravings. Your biology is the smartest guide you have right now. It is trying to build the vehicle that can handle the new engine. Let's talk about the void. There is a strange sensation of emptiness that often accompanies these portal days. You might feel like you are waiting for a bus that never comes. You have done the work. You have said the prayers. You have cleared the energy, and silence. Nothing is happening. This is the void. It is the pause between the exhale and the inhale. Most people panic here. They think they have done something wrong or that God has abandoned them. No, the void is the womb of creation. It is the blank canvas before the paint hits. Do not rush to fill the silence with noise. Sit in the void. Be comfortable with not knowing. The biggest miracles are assembled in the dark room of the void before they are developed in the light. During this void phase, your intuition might go silent too. This is terrifying for those who rely on their inner guidance. It feels like the GPS signal has been lost. It hasn't. You are just in a tunnel. The signal will return the moment you exit the other side. Do not scramble. Do not frantically pull tarot cards or call psychics trying to get an answer. The answer is, wait. The coordinates are being loaded. Trust the driver even when you can't see the road. There is a specific warning regarding technology during this window. Because you are emitting a high electromagnetic frequency, you might affect your devices. Phones freezing, batteries draining instantly, Wi-Fi cutting out. These are common side effects. You are a walking EMP, electromagnetic pulse. Instead of getting frustrated, take it as a confirmation. Wow, my energy is so powerful it's disrupting the Wi-Fi. Laugh at it. Frustration lowers your vibe. Amusement raises it. We must also touch upon the return of the exes. It is a classic portal trope, but it is happening for a reason. Ex-lovers, ex-friends, ex-bosses, they are circling back. They sense your light. They sense that you have leveled up, and they want to see if they still have access. They are energetic testers. They are popping up to ask, do you still live here? Do you still respond to this old trigger? If you engage, you fail the test. If you observe them with neutrality and keep moving, you pass. Do not mistake a test for a sign that they are the one. They are usually a sign that you are the one who has outgrown them. Finally, there is a deep restructuring of your purpose taking place. You might feel a sudden disinterest in your current career or the path you thought was your destiny. It feels like the flavor has gone out of the gum. This is because that path was aligned with your old self. The new self requires a new mission. You might not see the full picture yet, but you are being steered toward work that feeds your soul, not just your bank account. The restlessness you feel at your job is the soul's way of saying, time to pack up. We are moving. But be careful. The ego hates this uncertainty. It will try to convince you that you are being irresponsible or ungrateful. It will list all the reasons why you should stay safe and small. This internal battle is the final boss of this level. The internal battle between your ego's desire for safety and your soul's demand for expansion is reaching a fever pitch. This conflict is the defining characteristic of the post-portal integration phase. You might feel like you are two different people living in the same body. One version of you wants to curl up under the blankets and watch reruns of old sitcoms, craving the predictable, the known, the safe. The other version of you is standing on the edge of a cliff, spreading its wings, ready to dive into the unknown with a wild, almost reckless abandon. This duality is exhausting. It is mental whiplash. But understand this, the safe version of you is dying. That sounds harsh, but it is the truth. The caterpillar must dissolve completely for the butterfly to emerge. It cannot keep a few caterpillar legs just in case. The goo phase is messy, but it is non-negotiable. This dissolution of the old self often manifests as a loss of interest in things that used to define you. Hobbies you loved might seem pointless. TV shows you used to binge-watch now feel irritating. Even your taste in music might change overnight. You are shedding skins. This can feel like depression, but it is actually depressurization. You are releasing the pressure of being someone you are not. You are stripping away the costumes you wore to fit in, to be liked, to be accepted. Beneath those costumes is the raw, naked truth of your essence. It is beautiful, but it feels vulnerable as hell. You are learning to walk around without your armor, and the wind feels cold on your skin. During this sensitive time, your connection to nature will become a lifeline. You might feel a sudden, overpowering need to touch the ground, to be near water, or to just sit under a tree. This is earthing, and it is not just a hippie concept. It is bioelectrical necessity. You are running massive amounts of high-voltage energy through a nervous system that is used to 110 volts. You need a ground wire. The earth is that wire. If you don't ground, you will fry. You will feel wired, anxious, jittery, and unable to sleep. 10 minutes of bare feet on grass or sand can discharge that excess static and bring you back to center instantly. Do not underestimate the power of the planet to heal you. There is also a fascinating phenomenon occurring with your memory. You might find yourself forgetting simple words, losing your train of thought mid-sentence, or walking into a room and having zero idea why you are there. This is ascension brain. Your brain is literally rewiring its neural pathways. It is prioritizing high-level spiritual data over low-level linear data. You are downloading the secrets of the universe, so excuse yourself if you forget where you put your keys. Be patient with your mind. It is processing more information in a minute than it usually does in a month. If you fight it, you create stress. If you laugh at it and say, "Wow, big download today," you stay in flow. We need to discuss the vibration of words. As your sensitivity increases, you will notice that certain words physically hurt you. Harsh language, gossip, violent news reports, they will feel like a slap in the face. Conversely, high vibration words like love, gratitude, peace, and abundance will feel like a warm balm. You are becoming a linguistic tuning fork. You will naturally start to curate your vocabulary. You will stop saying "I hate" and start saying "I prefer." You will stop saying "I have to" and start saying "I get to." These small shifts are massive. They are realigning your reality with your highest timeline. Words are spells. You are becoming a master wizard, learning to cast only the spells that bring life. This sensitivity extends to your social media feed. You might find yourself unfollowing, muting, or blocking accounts that you used to enjoy. Drama channels, fear-mongering news, or influencers who make you feel inadequate, they have to go. You are curating your digital diet. Just as you wouldn't eat rotten food, you can no longer consume rotten information. Your feed is a direct IV drip into your subconscious. You are finally taking control of the valve. If it doesn't inspire, educate, or elevate you, it gets deleted. This is digital boundaries, and it is a crucial part of your spiritual hygiene. Let's touch on the concept of loneliness versus solitude. As you shed the old layers, you may find yourself spending more time alone. The old you would have felt lonely, desperate for distraction. The new you is discovering the richness of solitude. You are beginning to enjoy your own company. You are finding that you are actually quite interesting. You are having conversations with yourself or your guides that are deeper and more fulfilling than most conversations you have with other people. This is a sign of spiritual maturity. You are no longer looking for someone to complete you. You are realizing you are already whole. The emptiness is filling up with your own essence. However, amidst this peace, a new challenge will arise. The savior complex. As you fill with light, people will be drawn to you like moths to a flame. They will dump their problems on you, expecting you to fix them. They will sense your stability and try to anchor themselves to you. You must be vigilant. You are a lighthouse, not a lifeboat. A lighthouse stands on the shore and shines the light so ships can find their own way. A lifeboat goes out and carries them. If you try to carry everyone who is attracted to your light right now, you will sink. You must learn to say, "I love you and I trust you to handle this." That is empowered love. It empowers them and protects you. There is a final element to this block of integration, the body scan. Your physical body is the map of your emotional history. As this energy integrates, you might feel aches in very specific places. Left shoulder, carrying the burden of the feminine maternal line. Right knee, fear of moving forward in your career or masculine energy. Stomach issues, difficulty digesting the new reality. Listen to your body. It is talking to you. It is showing you exactly where the resistance is hiding. Don't just pop a pill to silence the symptom. Ask the symptom what it wants to tell you, and be warned. As you get closer to full integration, the doubt demons will get louder. They will whisper, "Who do you think you are? This is all in your head. You're just making this up." This is the final gatekeeper. Every hero faces this moment of self-doubt before the breakthrough. It is the test of faith. Do you trust your inner knowing more than the external noise? The doubt demons are persistent, aren't they? They know exactly which buttons to push because they were created by you. They are the fragments of your ego that are terrified of obsolescence. But here is the secret to defeating them. Do not fight them. When a thought comes up saying, "You are delusional, none of this is real," simply treat it like a spam email. Acknowledge it, do not open it, and swipe left. Thank you for sharing, ego. I am choosing a different thought now. Fighting the doubt gives it energy. Ignoring it starves it. You are in the business of energy management now, and you cannot afford to waste a single kilowatt on a battle that doesn't exist. The doubt is a ghost. You are the living, breathing reality. As you master this internal silence, you will notice a profound shift in your external reality, the phenomenon of instant manifestation. We touched on this earlier, but now it is intensifying. The lag time between thought and thing is collapsing. This is why it is so dangerous to dwell on fear, but so magical to dwell on love. You might think of a friend and they call within minutes. You might crave a specific food and someone brings it to the office. You might need a parking spot and one opens up right in front of the door. These are not coincidences. These are training wheels. The universe is showing you in small, low-stakes ways that you are the operator of this simulation. You are being given the controls. This newfound power brings a heavy responsibility. integrity. In the old energy, you could get away with white lies or minor manipulations. In this new frequency, karma is instant. If you lie, you will be caught immediately. If you cheat, you will lose. If you try to manipulate someone, it will backfire instantly. The universe is demanding radical transparency. You must be impeccable with your word. This protects you. By living in total integrity, you build a force field around yourself. No one can use your secrets against you if you have none. No one can expose you if you are already living in the light. Transparency is the ultimate armor. Let's talk about the upper limit problem. As things start to go well, as the money flows, the love arrives, and the peace settles in, you might hit an invisible ceiling. You might self-sabotage. You might pick a fight with your partner just because things are too good. You might overspend just to get back to your familiar struggle baseline. This is your thermostat kicking in. You're used to a certain temperature of happiness, and when it gets too hot, too happy, your subconscious tries to cool it down. Recognize this. When you feel the urge to ruin a perfect moment, stop. Breathe. Say out loud, "It is safe for things to be this good. I deserve this happiness. I am expanding my capacity for joy." You have to manually reset the thermostat. This expansion often leads to a desire for new knowledge. You might suddenly become voracious for books, podcasts, or courses on esoteric subjects. Ancient history, quantum physics, healing modalities, astrology, you want to know it all. This is your soul remembering its training. You are not really learning new things. You are unlocking files that were already on your hard drive. Follow these curiosities. They are not random. They are the curriculum for your next level of service. You are gathering the tools you will need for the mission ahead. Don't worry about how it all fits together yet. Just gather the pieces. The puzzle will assemble itself. There is also a physical aspect to this phase, the light body activation. You might feel buzzing in your hands or feet. You might feel heat in your palms. This is your healing energy coming online. You have the power to heal yourself and others, not necessarily by being a professional healer, but simply by your presence. Your frequency affects the room. You can walk into a chaotic meeting and calm it down without saying a word. You can hug a grieving friend and transfer peace to them. You are becoming a biogenerator of high-frequency light. Use it. Touch your plants. Pet your animals. Hug your loved ones. Let the energy flow through you. If you bottle it up, it will turn into anxiety. Flow it out, and it becomes medicine. We must address the dream killers. As you step into this power, you might be tempted to share your big visions with everyone. I'm going to start a business. I'm going to write a book. I'm going to travel the world. Be careful. Not everyone has the capacity to hold your vision. Some people will immediately poke holes in it. That sounds risky. Are you sure? What about the economy? They are not being malicious. They are projecting their own fear limits onto you. But their doubt can infect you. Keep your biggest dreams in the incubator for a while. Protect the baby. Share your visions only with those who have the track record of cheering for you. Silence is often the best fertilizer for a new dream. A surprising side effect of this shift is a change in your sleep schedule. You might find yourself waking up consistently between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. This is the witching hour, or more accurately, the creator's hour. The veil is thinnest then. The world is quiet. The collective thought noise is low. If you wake up then, don't just toss and turn. Get up. Sit in meditation for 10 minutes. Write in a journal. The insights you get at 3:30 a.m. are pure gold. They are direct transmissions from your higher self, unpolluted by the static of the day. Capture them. You can go back to sleep after, but don't waste the appointment. Finally, you will start to notice number sequences everywhere. 1111, 222, 333, 444. These are not just internet memes. They are confirmation codes. Think of them as the universe giving you a thumbs up. You're on the right track. Keep going. When you see them, pause and check your thoughts. What were you thinking right at that moment? That thought is being highlighted. If you were worrying and saw 1111, it's a reminder to shift to trust. If you were dreaming big and saw 4444, it's a sign that your guides are protecting that dream. Start a relationship with these numbers. They are the street signs on your new route. But as we approach the final integration, the most important question remains. What are you going to do with all this new power? Energy without action is just potential. It is static. The universe rewards motion. In the final block, we will discuss the specific, tangible steps you need to take to ground this energy into your physical reality and lock in this new timeline forever. Energy without a container dissipates. This is the fundamental law of the universe that you must master right now. You have spent the last few days, and specifically the time reading this message, absorbing a massive amount of high-frequency data. You are charged up. You are vibrating at a level that is likely uncomfortable because it is so new. But if you do not channel this charge into immediate, tangible action, it will turn into nervous tension. It will become anxiety. You cannot just sit on this power. You must use it. The universe is waiting for your move. It is a chess game, and the cosmos has just made its opening gambit by upgrading your software. Now it is your turn to move a piece on the board. This does not mean you need to sell your house or quit your job today. That is the ego trying to be dramatic. True power is often quiet and strategic. The move you need to make is likely small, but significant. It is the phone call you have been avoiding. It is the email you drafted, but never sent. It is the clutter in the garage you have walked past for 6 months. These small acts of incompletion are energy leaks. By tackling them today, you plug the leaks. You tell the universe, I am responsible. I am ready for more because I am taking care of what I already have. This is how you ground the electricity. You run it through the wires of your daily life. You are becoming a conscious creator. In the past, life happened to you. You were a victim of circumstance, bobbing around in the ocean hoping not to drown. Now, life happens through you. You are the captain of the ship. You set the sails. The wind, the universal energy, is neutral. It blows for everyone. But only the captain who knows how to set the sails catches the wind and uses it to go somewhere. You have just been given a masterclass in sailing. The wind is picking up. Where are you going to steer the ship? This transition requires a new level of patience with those around you. As you integrate this shift, you will see people you love still struggling with the old 3D problems, petty dramas, fear-based decisions, circular arguments. It will be tempting to shake them, to preach to them, to try to drag them up to your level. Do not do it. You cannot force a flower to bloom by prying open its petals. You will only destroy it. You must trust their timing. Your job is just to be the sun. Shine your light. Be happy. Be peaceful. Be successful. Your example is the most powerful sermon you will ever preach. When they see your peace, they will ask you for the recipe. That is when you teach, not a moment before. There is a concept called the echo chamber that you need to be aware of. As you step into this new reality, the old reality will echo one last time. You might have a really bad day next week. You might feel like you have slid all the way back to square one. You haven't. It is just an echo. It is the sound of the door slamming shut behind you. Do not mistake the sound of the door closing for the sound of the roof caving in. Keep walking forward. The echo will fade. The new song is already starting to play, but you have to listen closely to hear the melody over the noise of the past leaving the building. You are also being asked to redefine success. The old definition was about accumulation. More money, more stuff, more status. The new definition you are downloading is about alignment. Success is waking up in the morning and feeling excited to be alive. Success is having a calm nervous system. Success is having relationships that are safe and nurturing. Success is doing work that matters. If you chase the old version of success with your new energy, you will feel empty. If you chase alignment, the material abundance will follow as a side effect. It is the cherry on top, not the sundae. Focus on the sundae. Let's talk about trust. You are being asked to trust the invisible more than the visible. This is the hardest part of the test. Your bank account might say empty, but your intuition says full. Who do you believe? Your doctor might say chronic, but your spirit says healed. Who do you believe? The news might say chaos, but your heart says peace. Who do you believe? The creators of reality believe the internal signal over the external noise. They know that the external world is just a delayed reflection of the internal state. If you want to change the reflection in the mirror, you don't scrub the glass. You change your face. You are currently changing your face. The mirror is about to change. Give it a minute. This is a time of great celebration, even if it feels solitary. The angels and guides surrounding you are applauding. They see the work you have done. They see the nights you cried yourself to sleep, the times you wanted to give up but didn't, the prayers you whispered when you thought no one was listening. They heard every single one. Nothing was wasted. Every tear watered the seed of the person you are today. You are the harvest. You are the result of your own resilience. Take a moment to be proud of yourself. You survived the storm, and you learned how to dance in the rain. As we seal this message, visualize a golden seal being placed over your heart. This seal locks in the upgrades. It prevents you from leaking this new light. You are now a contained vessel of power. You walk differently. You speak differently. You are a sovereign being, untethered from the fear matrix, fully plugged into the abundance grid. You are the bridge between heaven and earth. You are the one your ancestors prayed for. We are at the precipice of a brand new era for you. The portal of February 12th was the doorway, but you are the one walking through it. The energy has changed, the timeline has shifted, and your destiny has been rewritten. The pen is in your hand. The page is blank. Write a good story. Write a story of courage, of love, of impossible odds overcome by faith. Write the story you came here to live. If this message resonated with you and your situation, write in the comments, "I am the architect of my destiny." Share your experiences in the comments. If you liked this video, like and subscribe to the channel for more inspiring content. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.